Happy Thursday and welcome back to another vlog. I am currently in the car. As you can see, I don't take the car out too often. I just don't want to deal with New York traffic, so that is why whenever I take the car, it's usually within the area, too far to walk. Usually I prefer walking or take the train. But yeah, I had to stop by my old apartment to pick up a PR package from brand Clean Skincare Beauty. For some reason, they keep sending me PR packages to my old apartment, even though I emailed the team to update my address, and it's been going on for over a year now. Even though I'm super grateful that brand sent me products, however, this has caused a slight inconvenience every time. I'm just tired. This is what it looks like inside. Wow, okay. I am getting a restock of all of my favorite products. These are the products that I got sent already in the past, and I'm so grateful. I love this line, the Ever Calm line that Ren does. So this one is the Overnight Recovery Balm. It's like a Vaseline non-scented balmy product that is good on the face, on the body, everywhere, on dry patches. I love it. This one is the Elixir. This is the oil that I have been using pretty much every other day ever since spring. Really love this. And this is the day cream. Let me see. I'm not sure if I have this product already. Oh yeah, I do have this one. This is just a moisturizer. Thank you, Ren. It's currently Thursday and I have yet to put down any words for this week's newsletter, and it's supposed to come out on Friday. Sometimes some weeks are just different, and this week is just the week that I am kind of stuck. Sometimes I have way too many ideas, sometimes I don't know exactly what I want to send out yet. I am nearing the end of finishing this week's YouTube video. Every time when I hit schedule on a YouTube video before the weekend starts, it's such a good feeling. But yeah, I've got to head back inside and I'll talk to you later. Hi guys, I am heading to Prospect Heights. I got invited by Glowbar to come and try out their 30-minute facial. They are opening a new studio in Prospect Heights, so I'm heading there today. Very excited. I will do a skin check-in after the appointment is done. I'm checking in. This is about an hour after the facial. I loved how quick and simple everything is. I got a dermaplaning. She put my face under a UV light for about like 5 minutes, and it was so relaxing and I felt like I wanted to fall asleep right there. And then she put on some moisturizer and sunscreen and I was done. It's so easy, and look at my skin. It's so glowy and I love it and highly recommend. I will leave the address of this new Glowbar location on the screen, and do check it out if you are in New York and want a quick facial done. just want to show you how peaceful this is. Just try listening to the birds chirping. It's like the most relaxing thing. Please excuse my appearance. My hair is really greasy and it's getting so long. I need to come in for a haircut pretty soon. But anyways, it's Friday. I am done with work a little bit early, so that's why I get to just sit back here and chill out for a little bit. Just on my lounge chair, catching up on a book, and in my comfy PJ, relaxing. It's such a great feeling. I don't have any plan to go out today for the rest of the day, so I'm gonna stay in. We'll clear out the fridge, make some dinner. I don't know what we're gonna do this weekend yet. Usually we'll just pick up the car and do groceries, either go to the Brooklyn Chinatown or go to Flushing, or we just take the train to the city and just try out new restaurants and walk around, visit the shop. It's kind of like gloomy out today, but I can see the sun is coming out from the cloud. I feel so grateful that I get to have this outdoor space while living in New York, because it is such a treat. So peaceful, and that's why I'm out here all the time, every day, whenever the weather is nice. But I get attacked by mosquitoes very easily, so I have to make sure that I wear protective clothing, spray my body before I get out here when the mosquito season is around. But other than that, I just love being out here. I love looking at my plants, and my little herb garden is thriving. Hey guys, I moved a few things around because I want to show you how I make my coffee at home. This is my current coffee setup. It looks intimidating. However, trust me, you don't really need to have all of these fancy machines and equipment to make a good cup of coffee. I don't currently have an espresso making machine. It is because it is a huge investment. My next step when I have my own place and have a little bit more space, then I will invest. Another reason it is because I still very much enjoy the act of going to coffee shops to grab my cappuccino, cortado, or a latte whenever because there are so many great coffee shops all over New York. And I also try to go to coffee shops whenever I travel to the new city. It is my favorite thing to do. And so yeah, if I make a great cup of coffee at home, then I won't find any reason to go out anymore, and it's kind of like half of the fun. So yeah, this is my coffee setup and it is okay for me for now. However, my dream is to have one of those La Mazzocco espresso making machine. This is the most recent upgrade for me. It is a coffee grinder from Fellow. I believe it is the second generation. I will link it in the description box. I got this one as a birthday gift. My two best friends and my cousin put together this gift, and I feel so grateful. It is such a big upgrade because before I used this spice grinder. It works for me for a few years. However, the result is inconsistent, but it works. It is from Krups. I will also link this one in the description box if you want to test out this Chemex pour over coffee making at home. This is definitely a huge upgrade, and I am so grateful that I finally have it. This one is a Nespresso milk frother. I don't really drink hot milk coffee, so I rarely use it, but I got this one as a gift also from Christmas last year. It was one of the white elephant gifts. I ended up with this. Happy with it because it looks beautiful together with all these like machines. It's my Fellow kettle. Again, you don't really need to have this kind of fancy kettle to boil your water. However, it is again so beautiful on display, and it is also life changing. The reason why I love it is because it is an electric kettle and it can be able to hold the temperature as is as I brew my coffee. If I have to go somewhere, it will keep the water temperature stable for a while. And then I also love the small spout because it helps slow down the process. The one I have is just the old black one. I bought this one myself at least 2 years ago, and it is life changing. I also have a regular water kettle to boil water whenever I need to heat up a bigger amount of water. This is just for tea and coffee making. It could be able to hold the water up to 60 minutes, and it holds about 0.9 liter of water. This grinder has some settings here, but right now I have it between 5 and 6. It is a setting for pour over, especially with the Chemex. Next, let's talk about paper filter. When you buy a Chemex, you also have to buy the paper filter. I have experimented with the fabric one just to kind of like save the environment and be more eco-friendly. However, the result is not the same. I get one of these from, I believe, Crate and Barrel. Blue Bottle also have these paper filter in store, and this is what it looks like. It is basically a square piece of paper that gets folded in quarters, and you want to open it up like this, and the part that has 3 layers would face directly towards the spout or the pouring part of the Chemex, if that makes any sense. I will show you later. The reason why I love the Chemex, it is because it can be able to make me a bigger batch of coffee. I don't want to make my coffee every single day. Some days are just lazy days and I just don't want to have my coffee right away. It is made from glass, so you got to take care of it. Be careful when handling it. I actually broke mine once before because it got knocked off against the sink and it broke. This is my second Chemex and I've had this for a little bit over a year now. I love the design. I love how it looks on display on the shelf or on the counter. It is quick, easy, and so efficient, and it is also easy to clean. In case you don't know, Muji sell this cleaner that comes with a sponge, which you can buy a replacement. It is perfect to clean the Chemex because of the long handle, and yeah, I use this to clean my Chemex. In terms of beans, I usually get fresh beans at my local coffee shop, local grocery store. Yesterday, I was at Bryant Park. I went to the New York Public Library to return some books and picked up some books for the week. And there's a La Colombe nearby, so I stopped by and got myself a bag of coffee. This is the Nizza. It is a medium roast with notes of milk chocolate, nuts, and brownie. I am not too picky with the coffees that I buy. However, there are certain brands that I don't buy. I just prefer a medium roast, whole beans, because I have my grinder at home. I would just grind my own coffee the day off, the day that I make my coffee. A bag like this would typically last me for about 2 weeks. And then because I still go to coffee shops at least once or twice a week, that's at least. I love the act of going to coffee shops. Bring my book, bring my laptop to catch up with work from the coffee shop, or is typically the place where I meet my friends to catch up over a cup of coffee and a croissant. When you're first starting out, I highly recommend following a recipe and practice the methods and find out what works for you. There are tons of written recipes. I will link the one that I use from Stumptown in the description box. There are also a bunch of YouTube videos which are so helpful. I used to follow recipe, but it's just because I make my coffee all the time and I like to scale up my batch. You will need a kitchen scale, something like this, and you can place the Chemex on top. And you also need a timer if you want to learn a proper way to brew a great cup of coffee. But yeah, I'm not going to use a timer nor a kitchen scale today. Another thing that I have is this coffee holder. It also comes with a filter that you could make cold brew from. It is currently in one of the drawers. I don't want to take it out today. It is so perfect because it fits inside the fridge door. It saves space and it fits the perfect amount of coffee that I want to make. So 3 to 4 serving. I can show you the one that I have for tea. This one is white and I use it to make my tea. The insert is slightly different because it is for tea, so this is what it looks like. And yeah, you just basically pour in your tea leaf, hot water, and then this thing will help prevent the leaf from coming out once you twist it inside of the cap. I'm looking at the brew guide from Stumptown. You would need an 8-cup Chemex, which is this one here, a Chemex filter, grinder, 42 grams or 6 tablespoons of coffee, hot water just off the boil, about 205 degrees Fahrenheit, a scale, a timer, a stir stick, and a mug. I am going to double the recipe. Measure out the beans. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the water to 205. Okay. This thing heats up the water so fast, and I love that it can be able to hold the temperature as is. I'm gonna measure out 42 grams of coffee. This is about 42 grams of coffee, and it will make you 2 cups of brewed pour over coffee. I'm going to double this recipe actually because I want to make 4 servings. This is 84 grams of coffee. I'm gonna pour it in to the grinder. I'm going to use a little bit less than that. Hope that you could see. I'm gonna press the grind button down here. Now just wait and chill. I'm gonna use a rubber band to close this tight. Yeah, this is basically the setup. You would place the Chemex on top. You would need to wet the paper filter first. Open it up and place the 3-layer one towards the spout of the Chemex. And you pour in a little bit of the boiling water to kind of like coat the paper, help it stick, and just help get rid of the paper taste. Swirl a little bit. I'm gonna pour away this water. Next, I'm gonna take my beans in here. I want to show you what the ground looks like. It's so even, so perfect every single time. The grinder also comes with a little brush, which you can also use to clean up. Once you have the coffee ground inside here, ideally you would want to weigh the water that you add in along the way, as well as timing the steps. However, I'm not going to follow that today, but make sure to do that if you're just starting out. I'm going to add in the water, just enough to cover the coffee ground. This step helps bloom the coffee. Again, you want to do it in a slow motion. Make sure to cover over the coffee ground slowly. So when I make my coffee, I don't just sit there and wait. I kind of like clean up around and do other things in between. I'm going to add the second pour. And filled it up to almost to the rim. Like so. And then I'm gonna go fill up the water in here. As you can see, it's almost to the bottom. Again, if you're following the direction on the Stumptown website, the third pour is supposed to bring you up to 700 grams of volume. However, I'm not following the recipe again. I'm gonna do the third pour and we'll fill this up to nearing the rim as well. And in case you don't know, the Chemex has this cute little belly button here, and that indicates 20 ounce. It is about 2 servings. But again, we are going far beyond that because we're making at least 4 servings today. And then when we are waiting for this to brew, I want to talk about milk. Right now, I have these 2 from Califia Farms. My favorite milk to drink at home is this Califia Farms Oat Barista Blend. That's what it looks like. I prefer the Barista Blend over the big bottle or the big paper carton. It is because of the taste. I somehow prefer this with my pour-over Chemex coffee over anything else. If I couldn't find this at the grocery store, then Oatly is okay. But this is my #1 favorite. Recently, I wanna switch back to drinking whole milk, so I have a whole milk bottle in the fridge. I don't mind the taste of it if my coffee is super strong or if my matcha is super strong, then I can do whole milk. However, I still don't like the taste of whole milk. I know it's good for you. I know that nut milk is also better than oat milk. That's why I picked up this almond milk barista blend from Califia Farms. I don't like it as much, to be honest with you. I'm going to do a final pour, which is the 4th pour, to bring the volume up to here. Usually I would just stop right here and then pour myself a cup of hot coffee to enjoy while I'm finishing up this process. Actually, I'm gonna pour myself half of the cup. This one is the Isla World from Isla Beauty. I got it from the event. It's such a cute diner style coffee mug. So we'll lift it up like this, swirl around, and then pour in the coffee. Then I'm going to continue pouring the rest of it to bring the volume up to that amount that I told you. That would fit in this bottle perfectly and serve about 3 to 4 serving, and it's good to drink throughout the week. I think I will stop there, and I will move my coffee setup back to where it is supposed to be. Okay, let's give this coffee a taste test. I can definitely taste the chocolate brownie note. It is definitely on a stronger, darker, bitter side. With La Colombe, I love making milk coffee from it because I can taste a stronger notes of coffee in it. One of my favorite La Colombe coffee order is an iced oat latte with a little bit of syrup in it. When I first moved to New York, one of my ex-colleagues introduced me to La Colombe oat latte with sugar syrup. I am addicted since. They are also known for their draft latte. I personally think it is too milky for me. In case you don't know, you can get a free cup of hot coffee or cold brew with a bean purchase at La Colombe. We are done. I'm going to transfer the coffee over. Usually I don't do this right away because it's too hot to handle, and I don't put my hot coffee in the fridge right away. I would just leave it out like this for at least a couple hours. Then I would transfer my coffee, close the lid, and put it back in the fridge. I'm going to do this now for demonstration purposes. Just pour directly in it. I'm gonna put this somewhere. Perfect. Then you can throw this into the compost. But I'm gonna leave it back like here and then close the lid. And I will just leave it open until it cools down, and I will put it in the fridge later. But again, just see how perfect it is. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Califia Farm Oat Barista Blend oat milk in here. Just a little bit, because I already had my coffee in the morning already. Ice cubes, a tiny piece, and then add it in here. Then I have my iced oat latte at home. So yeah, that is pretty much how I make my coffee at home. I hope that it is helpful. I find that this particular pour over coffee method works best with oat milk. That is it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I will see you next week. Bye!